Namam Vishnupalaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanatha Swami Nidinamine. Namo Vishnupalaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Nidinamine. Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaurakatha Dhamadaya Nagaragramatharine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadhu Vardena Vakalpita. Hare Krishna. So we did discuss on day 13 the interior Parikrama of Sri Kamyavan, where we described the visit of Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir, Radha Madan Mohan Mandir, and Sri Radha Govinda Devji Mandir, and also Kameshwar Mahadev's temple, then Dharmaraj Kunda, where Yaksha asked the questions to Yudhishthir Maharaj. And in fact, the Pandavas during their exile, they actually stayed here in Kamyavan. And in Kamyavan, we described last time that how when the deities from Vrindavan, the original deities of Madan Mohan, Govinda and Gopinath, these deities along with the original deity of Vrinda Devi, these deities were originally carved by the Papotra, or the great-grandson of Krishna, who is Maharaj Vajranabha. So Maharaj Vajranabha carved these deities and we know that, from Vrindavan they first came to Radhakund. They stayed there for 1 night in Radhakund, and then they came to Kamyavan. And in Kamyavan, the deities, all of them, they stayed for 3 nights in Kamyavan. And when they were ready to leave from Kamyavan, going to Jaipur, everyone got up to leave, but Vrinda Devi, her original deity, she refused to go from Kamyavan. She actually wanted to stay back in Kamyavan, and till today, the original deity that was carved by Maharaj Vajranabha is still there in Kamyavan. And so we did complete the internal Parikrama of Kamyavan. Before we go to day 14, which is the external Parikrama of Kamyavan, I wanted to mention the place where we stayed in Kamyavan. We stayed on the banks of a very, very famous, one of the most prominent kundas in Vrajamandal. There are 6 to 7 prominent kundas in Vrajamandal, the entire Vrajamandal. One is, Shamkund, Radhakund. They are the topmost of all kundas. Then there's the Kusum Sarovar. Then there is Prem Sarovar. Then there is this Bimal Kunda. Then there is Dev Sarovar. Like this, there are 6 to 7 kundas which are very, very, the most prominent in the entire Vrajamandal. So, very unlimited mercy of Srimati Radharani. Our camp, our tents were put up in the banks of this very auspicious Kunda, which is called Bimal Kunda. And the glory of Bimal Kunda is like this. This is the pastime of Bimal Kunda. Bimal Kunda is actually named after one of the kings. One of the kings is named as Maharaj Bimal, and he had 60,000 daughters. 60,000 daughters. And for those 60,000 daughters, he was looking for a suitable husband for them. And these daughters, each and every one of them, were exceptionally qualified, exceptionally beautiful, full with all good qualities, very, very virtuous girls. So he was looking for a suitable suitable husband for these 60,000 girls. And that time, Narad Muni suggested to Maharaj Vimala to get them married to Krishna. And when they got married to Krishna, the 60,000 girls, they cried tears of happiness, ecstasy, and of gratitude to Krishna for accepting them. And thus their tears actually filled up this particular reservoir and came to be known as Sri Bimal Kunda. It is from the tears of the 60,000 wives of Krishna who are the daughters of Maharaj Bimal. So out of their love and gratitude to Krishna, they cried tears of ecstasy, and that's why this Kunda came to be known as very, very famous Kunda, is this Bimal Kunda. On day 14, we went for the exterior Parikrama of Sri Kamyavan. The first stop we went was at Surabhi Kunda. Surabhi Kunda is like a huge lake, actually. Like generally when we say Radha Kund, Sham Kund, or Kusum Sarovar, or even Bimal Kund for that matter, they are like, they're like small kundas. I mean, Radha Kund is really big. Kusum Sarovar is also really huge, but they're like, they're constructed kundas, and you can see one end to the other. The Surabhi Kunda, however, but the Surabhi Kund is like a reservoir of water. It's like almost like flowing water. It's not like still water. It's almost like as if the water is running. It's flowing. And it is not that there is ghat that is constructed. There's just a flight of stairs that goes below. And then the other side, there are green pastures. And it looks as if it's in the middle of the forest. And it looks, Loknath Maharaj actually was giving class here. And Maharaj said that Krishna, when he would start from Gokul and Nandagaon to come to graze his cows, the Surabhi Kund's waters would be so pleasing to not only to the cows and to the calves, but also to Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends. So they would all drink water from the waters of the Surabhi Kunda. And it's beautiful Kunda, it's like flowing, it's like almost like the Ganges, and you can see that one side there is, like a ghat which goes down into the reservoir of water, but on the other side it's all green pastures, as if it is readily welcoming Krishna and the cows to come and graze and to come and accept the waters of Surabhi Kunda. And His Holiness Srila Loknath Maharaj, I remember he so beautifully explained that the cows, they would drink the water of the Surabhi Kunda. You know how cows drink water? They would lick the water, right? They would put their tongues out. They would slurp the waters of the Surabhi Kund. And Krishna, imitating the cows and the calves, he would also put his mouth directly into the waters of the Surabhi Kund, and he would also slurp down the water instead of taking it in his hands and then drinking. But Krishna would also, just like the cows, he would also drink the waters of the Surabhi Kunda. That was something, as if you can visualize it, that, Krishna drinking water from the Surabhi Kunda, the nectarian water from the Surabhi Kunda. And Maharaj said that Krishna would, around 8:30 a.m. in the morning, Krishna would leave from Nandagaon, and between 8:30 to 10:30, Krishna would choose, every day he would choose one of the different forests where he would go to spend these 2 hours. And so Maharaj said that today Krishna would know that all of us are here at Surabhi Kund, so Krishna would have definitely have come here. And those who are fortunate would be able to see Krishna actually. And Maharaj pointed out to Surabhi Kund and he said, see, you can see that Krishna is there. He's, with his cows and his calves and all the cowherd boyfriends. They are all drinking the nectarian waters of the Surabhi Kund. It was so amazing, amazing experience. Then from Surabhi Kund, we walked to a place called, where Krishna would actually slide down. In those days, they didn't have the, like parks, like how we have these little children's playing parks where we have swings and they have these slides that go down, where kids just slide down from the top to the bottom. So Krishna and his cowherd friends, what they did is that they converted an entire hill into a slide. So they would go to the top of the mountain and the top of the hill and they would slide down from there. And because of their sliding down, till today, that little hill is called Fislan Pahadi. Fislan means slippery. So where Krishna would go with his cowherd friends and they would just slide down, they would just slip down. So that was that place. We all went over there and we actually slide down like that, the way Krishna and the cowherd friends would do. We also just slided down Fislan Pahadi, and it's so beautiful. You can see that how Krishna would enjoy with his cowherd friends like this. And then there at one of the places over there is Charan Pahadi of Lord Balaram. There's a footprint of Lord Balaram, very beautiful, on a white stone, like a light brownish kind of a stone. There's the footprints of Lord Balaram, of one of his right footprint is there. And then we went to this very, very beautiful place called Bhajan Sthali. Bhajan Sthali is the place where Krishna would eat. Every single day he would eat over here. And over there, when you go to this place, you can see that the stone is actually become like, Krishna's thali. His plate is become like a stone, and his, the bowls, the katoris in which he used to eat, that has also become stone. So Krishna's plate and his katori is there, and so is Balaram's plate and his katori. So it is all in the form of stone. This is the Bhajan Sthali, very, very beautiful, auspicious place where Krishna, used to eat along with his cowherd boyfriends. It's very, very, amazing place to see the Bhajan Sthali of Krishna and Balaram. And then day 15, so these 3 days, day 12, 13 and 14, these 3 nights, we stayed at Kamyavan, at the banks of the Bimal Kunda. Then day 15, we started walking from Kamyavan to go to Barsana. Barsana, as we all know, is the land of Srimati Radharani. So here, when we went to Barsana, there was one devotee who gave a lecture in Barsana. Actually, a little away from Barsana, he gave this lecture. In Kadriavan, near Barsana, there's one of the other, seventh forest of Vrindavan is called Kadriavan. Over there, this devotee, Kunda Krishna Prabhu, he gave this most amazing class. And he said that why is this place called Barsana? He said that Krishna, I have to say this in Hindi because it sounds so good in Hindi. It sounds perfect in Hindi. So, Kunda Krishna Prabhu said that Krishna, हमें कृष्ण प्रेम के लिए तरसाते हैं. तरसाते हैं means he makes us hanker. Krishna makes us hanker for Krishna Prema. कृष्ण हमें कृष्ण प्रेम के लिए तरसाते हैं. और श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी जो है वो कृष्ण पे प्रेम बरसाती है, इसलिए वो बरसाने वाली है. So it was so amazing to hear this, that Srimati Radharani, she, on the other hand, Krishna makes us hanker for Krishna Prem, but Radharani, she actually showers Krishna Prem on us. Radharani barsati hai Krishna Prem. She showers Krishna Prem on us, and that is why she is called Barsane Wali Shri Radhe. That Srimati Radharani who is Barsane Wali, because she always is baras rahi hai, wo barsa rahi hai wo Krishna Prem ko. So it is so amazing to hear this. So anyways, the first place that from Kamyavan to Barsana, the first place that we went was this one very beautiful village called Kanwada. Kanwada, as the name suggests, it's got something to do with Krishna's ears. His ears actually were pierced in this particular village. So that's why this village only came to be known as Kanwada. Very beautiful village. We crossed it. Then we came to this another very beautiful forest grove, which is called as Kadamba Kandi. Here, the divine couple, Sri Radha and Krishna, are intertwined with Kadamba and with Neem tree. And, both trees represent, one tree represents Radharani, one tree represents Krishna, and they're just intertwined with each other. It looks as if Radharani and Krishna are just embracing each other. Very, very beautiful place, Kadamba Kandi. The third place on the way to Barsana that we went to was Ucchagaon. Ucchagaon, we all know, is the appearance place of Srimati Lalita Sakhi. Lalita Sakhi's appearance place is Ucchagaon, and we had beautiful darshan of, Lalita Sakhi's, When we came to Barsana, when we reached Barsana that day, His Holiness Loknath Maharaj and His Holiness Radharaman Maharaj gave a very beautiful class, very sweet class. And one of the things that I really liked was this, all of us have heard about Damodar Leela, and so many times we've kept hearing that, but, hearing it from these Maharajas, of course, was more nectarian every time we heard it. But one point that Radharaman Maharaj spoke was that I'll never forget this. It was so sweet, such a sweet pastime. Radharaman Maharaj explained that the morning, we all know that Krishna was tied by Mother Jashoda on the day of Diwali. On Diwali day, Mother Jashoda, she tied baby Krishna, and he came to be known as Damodar. So the Damodar pastime basically took place on the day of Diwali. We all know that. But then that particular day in the morning, Balaram and Rohini Mata, both of them were not in Gokul. They were not there. The reason being that Upananda had actually invited them. Upananda is the elder brother of Nanda Maharaj. And so Upananda had invited Rohini Mata and Balaram to their home. So they had gone to visit Upananda, and so Balaram and Rohini Mata had gone. So therefore, these two were not there when Mother Jashoda had actually tied up Krishna. The entire Leela took place in the morning hours. So that time, Rohini Mata and Lord Balaram were not in Gokul. So when Krishna was tied up, and when he was tied up to this grinding mortar, and before Krishna delivered the sons of Kuvera, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, at that very time, Balaram and Rohini Mata entered. Before Krishna delivered the two boys, the Yamala Arjuna trees. So Krishna was still tied to the grinding mortar, and he was in the courtyard. And Balaram came running, and he came and said, Kanha, who tied you up? who has the greatest audacity to tie my dear brother? Who tied you up? And Kanha just looked at him and he said, oh, thou bhaiya, this Mother Jashoda, she tied me up. Kanha got some support. So he said that, Mother Jashoda, she tied me up. And then Balaram started shouting on top of his voice. He was so angry. So he started shouting and saying, who tied my brother? Who tied my brother? Come out from the palace. Who tied my brother? He started shouting. And then Mother Jashoda, she came outside and said, yes, I tied him. I tied Kanha up. So then Balaram said, you tied Kanha. Why did you tie him up? So then Mother Yashoda said, because he did all this nonsense mischief. He broke the butter pot. He made such a mess. He made me run around all Gokul. So therefore I have tied him up. Then Balaram said, he was so angry. Balaram was so angry. He said, do you know who he is? Without even knowing who he is, you are tying him up. So then Yashoda said, Acha, kaun hai ye? Who is he? Kaun hai? So then Balaram said, nahi pata tumko kaun hai ye? You don't know who he is. He is, Param Purush Bhagwan hai ye. Vishnu hai ye. Param Purush Bhagwan hai. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Vishnu. And you are tying him up. And then Mother Yashoda just completely lost it, and she said, just picked up a stick. And she said, Acha, ye Param Purush Bhagwan hai? That, oh, really? That this Kanha, he is Vishnu. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So who are you? So tu kaun hai? Mother Yashoda asked Balaram. That, you don't recognize me. Balaram said to her, tum mujhe nahi pehchante. Main hu Ananta Shesh. I am Ananta Shesh. You don't recognize me. I am Ananta Shesh. And then Mother Yashoda completely lost it. She had, really become so angry by this time. So she just picked up the stick and told Balaram, सारे भगवानों को और कोई काम धंधा है नहीं, सिर्फ मेरा ही घर मिला अवतार लेने के लिए. And then she just started running behind Balaram and said, भाग यहाँ से नहीं तो मैं तेरे को भी बांधूंगी. You better run away from here. No other gods, they don't have any other business. That they got only my home to come and take birth in. Get away from here, otherwise I'm going to tie you up also. And Balaram, out of his greatest innocence and his, to reciprocate with Mother Yashoda's Vatsalya Ras, he just ran away from there. And, so this was a very, very sweet pastime that I personally loved so much to hear. And so I thought I'll share with all of you. Day 16, it was Govardhan Puja celebration in Barsana. And in the morning we had darshan. We had beautiful darshan of Sri Ladli Lal Mandir, on top of the hill where Srimati Radharani is residing. And then we took darshan of Sri Giriraj's Abhishek. And that was the second night stay in Barsana. And then the day 17, we went from Barsana to Kadriavan. Kadriavan is the 7th forest. We went to Kadriavan, but we came back also to Barsana only. We stayed the night in Barsana. So day 17 also we just went. It's just 11 kilometers walk to and fro. And we walked to Kadriavan and we came back. So Kadriavan is the place where Krishna actually killed Bakasura. Bakasura was killed here, and it is said that, the reason why this Kadriavan, it's called Kadriavan, because after killing Bakasura, Krishna Bakasur ki sharir ko khadedte hue leke aaye the. Khadedte means he was just pulling on the body of Bakasur. He was just dragging the body of Bakasur, so which is in Hindi called Khadedana. Khadedana, and that's why this forest came to be known as Kadriavan, which is the 7th forest of the 12th forest of Vrindavan. So then day 18, we went from Barsana to Nandagaon. When we went from Barsana to Nandagaon, this was one of the, one very, very important place, and one of my most favorite lectures of Radharaman Maharaj actually happened here at the outskirts of Nandagaon. It is a place called Uddhav Kairi, where Uddhav, we all know how Uddhava was actually, he did not believe in the personal form of Krishna. He knew that, he believed that Brahma Jyoti is the supreme absolute truth. He was, in that sense, he was a Brahmavadi. He was not a Bhagavata still. He did not believe in the personal form of Krishna. And one day, actually, what happened is, when Krishna was in Dwarka, Uddhava, we all know Uddhava also looks just like Krishna. He also has a bluish complexion. The only difference is that he does not have a Srivatsa nor the peacock feather, but Uddhava looks very much like Krishna. And they are cousins. So Krishna was actually crying in separation from the Brajbasis, especially the Gopis and Srimati Radharani. He was crying in separation from them. And Uddhava just happened to walk in to the room of Krishna. And he says that, "What is this, Krishna? You are crying? How can you cry?" Now, Uddhava knew that Krishna is Parabrahman. But he thought, Brahmavadis, what their idea is that the Supreme is that Brahma Jyoti, and from Brahma Jyoti, this, Bhagavan is coming from Brahma Jyoti. But the actual understanding is the other way around, that from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from Krishna's transcendental body comes the Brahma Jyoti effulgence. But the Brahmavadis understand it in the other way around. So Uddhava was saying that, he knew that Krishna is, Parabrahman. And he was saying that, "Why are you crying? How can you cry? You are Parabrahman. You're not supposed to be crying. You're not supposed to be having all this, prem and all this abhilasha and all these desires, all these things you're not supposed to be having. You're supposed to be above and beyond all of this. Why are you in anxiety? Why are you crying?" Uddhava was not able to understand that. And in order to make Uddhava understand, Krishna actually wanted to send him to Vrindavan. And I won't get into too much details, but the main crux of the pastime is that Krishna wanted Uddhava to become a Mahabhagavata. And that can happen only when Uddhava would witness the pure love of the Gopis and Srimati Radharani and of the Vrajbasis. Only then Uddhava's pure love for Krishna will be arisen, will be reawakened. Otherwise it would not be. So therefore Krishna wanted to send Uddhava to Vrindavan. And therefore then Krishna said, "Okay, I will write this message to the Gopis, and you take this letter to the Gopis and you give a letter to Nanda Baba, you go meet with Nanda Baba, go meet with Jashoda Mata, go meet with all the Brajbasis, and especially meet the Gopis and Radharani also." So Uddhav said, "All right, I will do that." And then Uddhava, when he was entering Vrindavan, he actually asked some of the Brajbasis. He came to know that he's at the outskirts of Vrindavan, and he asked the Brajbasis that, "Where can I find the home of Nanda Baba and Jashoda Mata? Can you tell me?" So then the Brajbasis said, "Do you see this river coming down?" Uddhava said, "Yes, I see the river. This is not the Jamuna. Jamuna I crossed and came. What river is this?" So then the Brajbasis said that this is the river that became because Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mata are constantly crying in separation from Krishna. So you just follow this little river, and where this river is stopping, that will be the palace of Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mata. So hearing this, Uddhava was really shocked that how can somebody's tears make a river like this? You know, how much of separation is Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mata having? So then he started following this little river, and he came and he saw the source, and there he saw the palace of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mata, which had turned like a, which was almost like looking as if nobody stays there. It had cobwebs all around it. There was no proper lighting, nothing. It looked as if nobody is staying there. It looked like it was like a Bhoot Mahal, nobody staying there. So Uddhava just entered over there, and when Uddhava entered, Nanda Baba came out. Mother Yashoda, she was, Uddhava was shocked to see Mother Yashoda, because Nanda Baba still somehow got up and came and received Uddhava. But Mother Yashoda, she was so weak. She had become so fragile, so weak, because she hardly would eat anything in separation from Krishna. She had stopped eating anything. So there was nothing in her body. No, Radharaman Maharaj is explaining that there was no mass in her body, no kind of, no flesh in her body. It was just skin and bones. That was how fragile and weak Mother Yashoda's body had become. And she was just crying and crying and crying in separation from Krishna. And somehow when Uddhava came, Mother Yashoda just somehow got up. She took a stick and she just walked a little bit, and she went into the kitchen, and that kitchen door, it had become jammed up, because that kitchen door was not opened after Krishna left Vrindavan. Mother Yashoda had not entered her kitchen. She had to remove the cobwebs from the walls of the kitchen and then enter inside the kitchen. And she asked somebody to bring some cow, this cow dung patties, so she can make some, something for Uddhava, because he has come to the house of Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mata. And, our Sanskriti, our culture is that, when anyone comes to our home, whatever be the situation, we should honor the guests. We should honor our guests. So with that mood, Mother Yashoda wanted to just get up and somehow make something for Uddhava so that she can offer to him. So somebody brought some milk and somebody, gave little rice. So somehow Mother Yashoda made some sweet rice. And Radharaman Maharaj is explaining that, how much she should have actually done. Here is a person who is coming from the home of her dear most beloved son, Krishna. Krishna's own person is coming, his own relative is coming with a message from Krishna. This very important person, Uddhava, has come. And Mother Yashoda is supposed to actually feed him, like chapan bhog and different kinds of things. But Mother Yashoda has got no strength to do any of that. And she just somehow, with great difficulty, she just made some sweet rice. Even it was not even sweet rice. Radharaman Maharaj said it was like doodh bhat, just milk and some rice. And she came and offered that to Uddhava. And Uddhava, seeing Mother Yashoda and seeing Nanda Maharaj, he just said one thing, that how fortunate you both are. If there's anybody more fortunate than you, I don't know that such a person exists. That you both in your love have so much perfection in your love for Krishna that your life is perfect. You are so fortunate, Uddhava said to Nanda Maharaj. Then Nanda Maharaj told Uddhava that, my dear Uddhava, People call you that you are a great learned scholar, that you are the disciple of Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the guru of the demigod. Uddhava was actually the disciple of Brihaspati himself. So Nanda Baba said that, my dear Uddhava, you are such a great learned scholar, you are the disciple of Brihaspati, but you're speaking like a fool. How can you, such a great learned scholar, call us to be fortunate? How can we be fortunate? Our son, the apple of our eye, the life, the very life of us, he has left us and gone away. And you are saying that we are fortunate? We cannot even give up our lives because our lives belong to Krishna. So if we give up our life, it is, like giving Krishna up. We cannot do that also. So how can you call us to be fortunate? Fortunate we would be if Krishna was with us. Krishna has left us and gone away. We are lifeless here. There's no reason for our survival. And you are so foolishly calling us to be fortunate. We are the most unfortunate people. We are the most unfortunate parents in the whole world, that our son has left us and gone away. And Uddhava could not control his tears. He could not control. He was seeing this love that Nanda Baba and Jashoda Mata have for Krishna. And he was not able to control himself. He just ran out from this palace and he said, this is, I cannot digest so much of love for Krishna. Such love, such deep love they have for Krishna. And when he came out of the palace, he was surrounded by the gopis who are waiting in anxiety to hear the message that Krishna has sent for them. And then Uddhava started reading the letter that Krishna had sent for the gopis and Srimati Radharani. And seeing the mood of the gopis, seeing the way Srimati Radharani is, Radharani's situation is, it is much more than what Nanda Baba and Jashoda Mata were experiencing. What kind of love in separation the gopis and Srimati Radharani were experiencing. Uddhava was shocked to see that. And seeing that love of the gopis and Srimati Radharani, Uddhava immediately, this dormant love for Krishna, the personal form of Krishna, immediately manifested in his heart by the mercy of the gopis and Srimati Radharani. And immediately, from being a Brahmavadi, Uddhava immediately transformed into this most loving Mahabhagavata devotee. He became a Krishna Bhakta devotee, Mahabhagavat. And because as a result of that, he actually prayed to the gopis, he prayed to Srimati Radharani that my only desire is that let me be a blade of grass on the dust of Vrindavan. In this land of Vrindavan, let me be a blade of grass, because somehow or the other then gopis will actually put the dust of their lotus feet upon my head. Srimati Radha Thakurani, when she will walk by, she will put the dust of her lotus feet upon my head, and I want to take that. So therefore, from today, I desire that I want to be a blade of grass in the land of Sri Vrindavan, in Vrajamandal. So till today, Uddhava is residing as Lata Gulma, it is said, Gulma Lata, as the blade of grass and as the forest groves of Vrindavan. It is actually Uddhava who is still residing till today with the desire to take the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis and Srimati Radharani upon his head. He is sitting in Vrindavan with that desire. So when Radharaman Maharaj was saying these, beautiful narrations, it was as if we could, we could visualize this entire Leela happening right in front of our eyes. And, the description with which Maharaj was, speaking, I'm not able to say in that same way, but, I hope I'm just trying my best to repeat it as best as I can. But the way Maharaj was speaking was as if, I couldn't control my tears. I literally was crying this entire lecture. And this is one of my most favorite lectures in this entire Vrajamandal. This lecture at Uddhav Keri, on the outskirts of Nandagaon, that Maharaj gave. It's amazing, the pastime of Uddhava with the Brajbasis, and how Uddhava's heart transformed from being a Brahmavadi to being a Mahabhagavata devotee. And in Nandagaon, we stayed for the next 3 nights. So I will continue next time, moving on from Nandagaon to and whatever we are yet to cover in Nandagaon, I will cover all of that in the next session. Shri Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
No, you said Krishna married 60,000 queens, Mataji? Daughters
yes.
of the king?
60,000. 60.
So this is in addition to
this is an addition, yes.
Okay.
This is an addition.
Okay.
Yeah, this is an addition to the queens that he already had.
Okay. And can you give the name of the king once again, Mataji?
Bimal. Actually, Bimal. Bimal Maharaj.
Okay, Mataji. Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Actually, Krishna, the 16,000 queens that are in Dwarka, they are the primary, even amongst them, we know that there are the 8 primary ones, but these are the primary queens that Krishna married, were 16,000. But Krishna married like 16,000 plus 60,000 of, Maharaj Bimal's daughters. And then when he was actually with Arjuna on the banks of the, I think near Indraprastha, they were actually, both of them were just strolling, Krishna and Arjuna, they were just both of them together, and they saw one girl, strolling alone by herself, and Krishna told Arjuna, go find out who she is. And then Arjuna went and found out and said that, my dear lady, you're young and very beautiful, so why are you roaming around here all by yourself? And then this lady said, I'm actually, the personification of that river. I don't remember the name of that river, but she said, I'm the personification of this river, and I wish to get married. So then Arjuna came back to Krishna and said that, hey, this girl, she's actually the personification of this river. She wants to get married. So then Krishna said to Arjuna, yeah, go. You are a very nice Kshatriya. You go offer yourself. Go get married to her, Krishna told Arjuna. So Arjuna again came back to this girl and said that, I'm ready to marry you. So then this girl said, no, I don't want to marry you. I want to marry your friend. So then Arjuna came back to Krishna with the lady and said that, Krishna, she doesn't want to marry me, she wants to marry you. So then Krishna said, oh, okay, you want to marry me, okay. Is it you alone or do you have any more friends? You bring anyone, I can marry all of them. So, like this, Krishna actually, whenever he was needed and wherever it was needed, he actually married a lot of girls who were in distress like this and who wanted to get Krishna as their husband. So he married each and every one of them.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, would it be Kalindi?
Yes, you're right. It is Kalindi.